What it costs to go racing as an independent team in MotoGP. This is Pramac Racing. They are an independent team. In fact, the most successful independent team in modern MotoGP history. If you have never heard of Pramac Racing, it's fine, I understand. You don't watch MotoGP. They are a pretty big deal. The first independent team to win the MotoGP World Championship since 2001 when Valentino Rossi did it on an independent Honda. Oh, and this right here is Ducati factory team who Pramac rented their bikes from. One team has a limited budget and the other has an almost infinite budget. Still, an independent team like Pramac was able to snatch the title from back-to-back title winning Ducati. How did they do it and on what budget? In this video, we are going to be looking at how much it costs to run an independent team in MotoGP. I think I should put allegedly or ChatGPT or disclaimer that I have no insider information and I googled all the information I'm sharing with you, so take every number with a shovel full of salt. Before I start, hello, my name is Akachi and this is my channel Akachi GP. I watch way too much MotoGP, and while my channel is not just about MotoGP anymore, I just felt coming back with this video will help ease subscribers into the transition. I know it's been 2 years. 2 years plus, but who's counting? I was, but I'm back and I'm starting all over. So please like the video and hit the subscribe button wherever it is on your screen. It motivates me to keep pushing and it means the whole world to me. So for the newbies coming here for the first time asking what is MotoGP? MotoGP is the #1 prototype motorcycle racing series in the world. It's like Formula 1 but for bikes, which means the bikes you see here were built for one purpose: racing. You can't buy MotoGP bikes anywhere and just ride them on the streets. They are not road bikes, they are race bikes. They are 1-of-1 bikes, or in Ducati's case 6-of-6. If you count the spare bikes, that's like 12-of-12, or you add as many are rebuilt over the course of a season due to multiple crashes every single weekend. You get the point. They are rare bikes built in limited quantity for one purpose: speed. In MotoGP, we have two types of teams: factory teams and independent teams. The factory teams are teams your mom knows, like Ducati, Yamaha, Honda, Aprilia, KTM. All of them make bikes in real life. While independent teams don't make their own bikes, they just rent it from the factory. They gather a couple of their bodies and get an available rider who has not been signed by a big factory, and the party is on. That's loosely what an independent team is. A team that doesn't make its own bikes but gets it from somewhere else. To start an independent team, you will need money. Lots and lots of money. It may seem like bikes and riders are the only piece to this puzzle, but it takes almost a whole village to race in MotoGP, even as an independent team. First, you need a base of operations. Let's call it your race HQ, where most of the team operations take place. Place to hunker down during the off-season and summer break. A base in Europe, preferably Spain or Italy, giving you access to good tracks and good weather all year round. Though it's not like your team will be doing any testing anyways, as those are heavily restricted, but you just want to be close to the action. For this, a random warehouse in the Spanish or Italian countryside will do. Cost you a few euros, maybe 10,000 euros per month, and once you add a couple of office spaces, that should run up to like 20,000 euros per month. In a year, you should be looking at spending up to 240,000 euros, not including utilities or the cost of setting up your spot. That's just rent. Also, for any American watching this, converting to dollars, just add about 10% to the numbers I'm calling. Next, you need admin staff. Now, in your tiny little race HQ, you need some staff to do admin stuff. Let's say about 3 guys, with an average salary of 40,000 euros. These guys are not crucial to your race weekends. They manage whatever facility you've got and maybe run around doing other stuff. Okay, that may seem high to some, as I googled the average salary in Italy. Shout out to Inter Milan for reaching the Champions League final. The amount was like 30k a year, the average salary. But I'm hoping MotoGP teams pay above average. They are the premier class of motorcycle racing in the world. Next, we have paddock facilities and equipment. I'll just call this the traveling circus. For races in Europe, where majority of the races take place, most things in the paddock are moved by road, and to do that you need trucks, lots of them. Most teams in the paddock have at least 4 big trucks to haul all their gear. This also serves as accommodation and office spaces in the paddock. A truck like this is most likely leased, costing around 50,000 euros per truck. That's about 200,000 euros for 4 trucks in a year. And that custom team trailer can cost up to 200,000 per trailer. You need about 2, and that's 400k. Now you've got 4 trucks and 2 trailers, right? You might be asking, what, did I miss something? No, we will come back to the remaining trucks. Stay with me. Next is your hospitality suite or hospitality building. This is not essential to racing performance, but a well-fed team is a happy team, and the happy team is essential to winning. So you will need one of those, and they can get very, very expensive. It will cost you about 1 million euros for the building and 2 extra trailers to transport it. If this is a very steep price for your team, you can find used F1 hospitality trailers on the internet. I saw one for sale from Renault F1 team, now known as Alpine, for 175k. Remember, you'll be buying 2, so that's about 350,000 euros for an old one, a very old one. Next is accommodation. Those stressed out and overworked engineers who have had to rebuild 2 crashed bikes from free practice need somewhere to sleep at night. So team accommodation, I guess, will cost about 300,000 for the year. Prices will vary based on city, country, and type of accommodation. Oh, and your riders won't be sleeping under a shed either. While they may sometimes have luxurious campers in the paddock, at flyaway races, that may not be possible. So add a couple more thousand euros to your budget. That will make it about 350,000 euros. This may look excessive, it may look like a lot, but you can easily exceed this amount with a big team. I mean, in other motorsports like Formula 1, a driver alone can spend up to $150,000. 150,000 euros in a season, and we're looking at 20 people here like in a MotoGP team. Next is travel, and traveling around the world can be expensive as an individual, not talk of traveling as a team. Imagine traveling with 20 team members on a 2-way trip for up to 20 rounds in a season. That cost will add up fast. Of course, the team will not fly to every destination and may not have to move a lot of stuff at once, but over the course of a season, travel costs will start to climb. For this, let's put about 100,000 euros in our budget. With this budget, nobody is flying Emirates, nobody is flying first class. It's EasyJet and Ryanair for everybody. Next, to run this entire operation, we will need a team boss. You, what you get paid, if at all you get paid, it's up to you. But remember, you run the show here. Next, under you will be the technical director. This will be someone with extensive technical knowledge about the sport. Someone like this will have an engineering background, and an estimated pay will be somewhere around 150,000 euros. Next, we have race engineers. You see those guys with laptops and headphones at the back of the garage, right? Yes, that will cost you 70,000 euros. Multiply that by 2 for your 2 riders, and that's 140,000 euros. Next, you will need 2 crew chiefs. Crew chiefs are the ones that make sense of what the riders and engineers are saying. They help set up the bike, and a good crew chief can be the difference between being at the back of the grid and fighting for podiums. Getting a crew chief will cost you about 80,000 euros, and for 2 riders, that will be 160,000 euros. Next, we have technicians and mechanics. These guys build the bikes, they tear it down, they fix crashed bikes, and what would that cost you? About 70,000 euros. Multiply that by 4, and that's 280k as a small team, an independent one. Next, we'll need some admin staff. Not many, but just a few. Each of them will cost about 60,000 euros. Multiply that by 4, that's 240, and one can double as a press officer that handles media duties. Another can be in charge of hospitality, and so on. Lastly, we have the riders. Rider contracts in MotoGP can vary wildly from whether the rider is a world champion, a rookie, or a top 3 rider that gets on the podium every other weekend. These riders will be paid very differently. It can vary from tens of millions to 300k. In our case, we'll be signing 2 rookies who just had a solid run in Moto2. That will cost us about 300k per rider, though MotoGP rider Jack Miller said in an interview that it can go even lower than that, but we will keep it at 300k. Then throw in a couple of bonuses for finishing on the podium and winning races, maybe 350k. Of course, winning races for a rookie will be a long shot if your name is not Marc Marquez, but everybody needs that little bit of motivation. Next, we have the bikes. MotoGP bikes are the most advanced racing motorcycles in the world. They hit speeds of over 360 kilometers per hour and can lean till your shoulders touch the floor. They also have lots of aero, stopping them from taking off like an Airbus at speed. Look at this bike. Carbon everywhere. Carbon frame, carbon swing arm, carbon wings. The engine is milled from a solid block of forged aluminium. This bike right here can cost over 1 million euros for 1 year. And when you're done with it, you don't get to keep it. You ship it back to the factory. You may keep your championship winning bikes, but I don't think there are like 50 Ducatis back at Pramac HQ just chilling in some warehouse. They all get shipped back to the factory. Next, you see those riders you pay a lot of money to, right? And bonuses. Let's not forget that. They will still cost you a lot more money on top of that by crashing your expensive bikes, turning your expensive engine into scrap metal. And you see all that carbon fiber, you're just going to turn it into worthless shards. What you'll be needing here are replacement parts and spares from the factory. On every given weekend, each rider has 2 prepped bikes, that's 2 million right there, and enough spares to build at least 2 more complete bikes from the ground up, so that's another 2 million to your budget. And let's cross our fingers and hope the 7 engines allowed per rider is covered somewhere in between the cost of the bikes and the replacement parts. If not, add another million to the list, making 5 million for a single rider. And oh, each team has 2 riders, so you're getting 2 of everything, so that is 10 million euros just on bikes. I know earlier I said these bikes can't really be bought by the public, right? But that's not entirely true, as from time to time retired MotoGP bikes come up for sale at auctions. The others end up in displays, storage, or get crushed. For example, KTM are selling the MotoGP top speed record bike, that's the 2023 RC16, a 366 km per hour Peace Missile ridden by Brad Binder. Bids on the website starts at about 350,000 euros. They say it's in running condition but for display only. Still thinking of starting your own independent team in MotoGP? Think again, as your bill is going to be over 14 million euros. To put that into context, this is fuck you money. This is I just bought a new private jet kind of money, and you're going to be piecing everything just to go racing for 1 year. Some teams do all this just to get called mid online without any guarantee of a podium, a win, a championship. I mean, you must either be rich or be a big company to successfully run an independent team in MotoGP. But not all independent teams are run by big companies or Middle Eastern princes. So how do these teams make their money, and who is paying for all this? The biggest way independent teams make their money is through sponsorships. Big brands trying to advertise to MotoGP fans or want to reach a global audience can decide to sponsor a MotoGP team and plaster their logos everywhere on the bike. For example, what does Pramac do? I don't know, but I'll recognize their brand anywhere. What does Pramac do? They make generators. Pramac Racing's case is a bit different. The brand owns the team, but in some other cases, the team is purely a race team that then partners with big brands. Another way teams make money is through broadcast deals. Most MotoGP fans watch the sports on TV and their phones, even when they are live at the track. Funny, right? You would think spectators will be able to see the entire event, but no, you only see what happens in front of you. Sorry, back to how MotoGP teams make money. For you to watch MotoGP, you or your TV broadcaster pays for that, and this money generated eventually trickles down to the teams. Lastly is merch. Look, you're an independent team with millions of fans around the world, many of whom want to show that they support you, the little guy, signaling to the rest of their mates that they don't just watch the sport, but they've also made it their personality. How do you cash in on this as a team? You sell merch, lots and lots of it. Everything from team shirts to baby onesies. You sell everything. And if your team starts to win races or sign an 8-time world champion, expect those merch sales to go to the moon, making you that sweet money. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Now you know how much it costs to race as an independent team in MotoGP. Just in case one of you decide to go at it, I'll be cheering for you from my house because I don't have that kind of money. But that's it for today's video, and please don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be putting out more videos like this talking about different motorsports, not just MotoGP. I'll be talking about Formula 1, NASCAR and IndyCar and the rest. Please subscribe to the channel so when I post new videos you get to see it. If not, I mean, the videos just get lost in the YouTube algorithm. algorithm. So please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll be seeing you on Monday. Bye.